Y'all probably hearing me, but not me currently. Past me. If that makes any freaking sense. It's loading. Hello, hello, hello. We're here for episode number 7 in our WCW MyGM Mode on WWE 2K24. Bit early for this, but you're better off being early than late, which I don't think I would be late. We ended the last episode on a bit of a cliffhanger. So, long story short, in giving a recap of last episode, Liv Morgan ended her rivalry with Tiffany Stratton by finally defeating Tiffany Stratton, and then was like, hey, I want a $100,000 bonus, or I'm leaving. And as you could tell, or you probably couldn't tell actually, I did not give that $100,000 bonus. She did leave. So we have some money opened up and a roster spot opened up in our women's division. Now, where the cliffhanger was like at the start of the next episode, we'll make a big signing. And I planned on that signing being Becky Lynch, because I did the talent search and all of that, and I was like, Becky Lynch is a perfect fit. But now when you go to the talent scout section, none of them appear. So I don't know if I do this search again, she will appear again. We will see. So I have a lot that we need to I have a lot that we need to go through in this first episode. But the main thing is doing this. I believe. Let's do this. Okay, so she appeared again. So I'm going to go ahead and sign Becky Lynch. Get that over done with. Not have to worry about it. Do we want to do a 7-week contract? I don't really think that matters. Yeah, we'll do a 7-week while we got the money. Now, the other signing that we needed to make is we need to have, so our tag team rivalry came to an end. Dijak and Robert Roode lost the tag titles to Pete Dunne, Butch, and Tyler Bate, which Tyler Bate's being blocked by my microphone thing. So we need somebody for the tag team division to step up. And I need a tag partner for Dijak. Now, knowing that this works, I'm going to wait a week. We're going to save some money, wait a week, and find a partner for Dijak then. Because this week, Dijak is in this triple threat match. Now, again, if you watched last episode, hey, Dijak got a world title match. Because he texted us that he wanted a title match. Keyword, a title match. I was like, you know what? Dijak's put on some good performances. I will oblige. And he faced Kurt Angle for the World Championship. Then I came to the realization, and I went over to this little section, that he wanted a United States title shot. So, I'm not trying to risk him being pissed. Maybe this will work with him being in a triple threat U.S. title match. I think that it will. If it won't, it is what it is. You got 2 title matches, and if you walk out as U.S. champion, you got your ultimate goal. So that is a wait-and-see situation. So here's our episode. Guess what? I already wrote all this down. I know I'm spending a lot of time spewing and going over things, but it's always nice to catch people up if they've never watched before. I learned this through several different TV things. So, also, I want to get these challenges done. At some point, I think we will complete this one. I don't know when. At some point, I think we will. I think I might go a little bit crazy and use 3 power cards on this episode. I think I'm gonna do that because I'm definitely using the plus 15 stamina for everybody. So let's go ahead and use that because stamina is low all around. It's at, for Kurt, for Bobby, for our tag champions, for Mia, Rhea, like it's at a good spot for some of the roster, but for most of the roster, it isn't. So let's go ahead and use this before it expires as they go through all that. Becky Lynch starting at a 92. Also, I think the other big thing from last episode was Rob Van Dam lost the U.S. title to Seth Rollins, and then we traded RVD for Ricky Steamboat and cash considerations, if you want to use technical drafting terms. Or trading terms, I guess that one to say. Now, I think we need to wait because LA Knight's injury is 4 weeks. We will use this for him next week. We're going to go ahead and use this. I think we're going to use it on Michin. We either need to use it on Michin or Chad Gable. I think we'll use it for Chad Gable because he is still feuding with Kurt Angle. Now, if you watched the last episode, I've been very much trying to push this freaking Kurt Angle Robert Roode rivalry, but I'm going back on my word. We're going to continue Kurt Angle and Chad Gable, and we're going to have Robert Roode, Bobby Roode, face LA Knight, who is his tag partner. So, last power card to use this week. We're going to use this on Regal. So, I'm going to hope when I go over here, boom. So, next week, I'm sorry if that gets loud. If it gets loud in my ear. If that gets loud in y'all's ear, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. If we sign an additional person, I'll probably use this because Seth's contract is up in 3 weeks. So when we get to next week, it'd be 2 weeks. I don't know if anybody else is on that type of contract. I've never used Karen Compactor, but she was free. So did we not just use that popularity on Chad? Did we not use that? We did. Why is he still 42? Because he started off as a freaking 42. Oh, come on. Maybe to change in a minute. It is what it is. But next week, we'll probably use this one. We definitely are using the injury rehab on LA Knight, and then we'll probably use a health spot on whoever needs it after this episode. So the main goal of next week is to sign somebody to team with Dijak to feud with Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. So, going back to these challenges, we're very close to the submission one. As much as I'd love to do this one, it's a bit difficult to do because we're 50-50 on it. We're about 50-50 on it. I have a call-out promo on this episode because Robert Roode is calling out LA Knight. It might be a weird call-out because they're both heels at the moment, but I obviously can't have LA Knight turn face yet because he is still injured. This one is insane. If you're doing 10 heel and face turns, that is what it is, but we've done 2. Like I said, at some point, I think this one can be done. It's going to be wait and see. We just did this, so we'll have to wait until next week again to use that. So I should have been counting that whole time. We need 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we should get that done. So we got this week's episode already planned. I need to look at one more thing. Pete Dunne is a 3. They're both 3s on the mic, as I might burp. I don't mean to. So going through the card, continuing Kurt Angle and Chad Gable. This time around, a submission match. I'm pretty sure all of their matches have been submission matches. Candice LeRae versus Tiffany Stratton versus Valhalla. I think we're actually going to go a little bit crazy. Make it a fatal 4-way. And have our new star Becky Lynch in the match. I'm not going to put it... I probably should put it in the stipulation to get it a higher rating. But to save money, we'll just leave it as is. Seth Rollins versus Ricky Steamboat versus Dijak. Very much hoping this spins off into a Rollins and Steamboat rivalry, as Dijak should get a tag partner next week, like I keep saying. And then Rhea Ripley and Michin have put on some good performances. And we needed a Falls Count Anywhere match for this, so that fills that spot. So here is episode... In total, this is episode number 36, and this season, episode number 11. So here we go. Kurt Angle, Chad Gable once again, as Kurt Angle wins once again. This was the other... I don't know how... This is what gets me confused. With the submission match, it says that the rivalry grows 50%. So in my mind, they were at a level 1 rivalry. They should have went up to a level 3. So that's why this rivalry has continued on and on again, as Candice retains. Okay, that sucks, but at least it spun off to Candice and Tiffany. That's what I wanted it to do. We don't do well with these charity promos. It sucks. Like, these charity promos do not get us many fans. As Ricky Steamboat, our new U.S. champion, a great match. Ricky Steamboat, former U.S. champion in real life, great U.S. champion in real life. Alright, so this promo rating was good. So when LA Knight comes back, we need to turn him face, and this rivalry can pick up. So our main event is Rhea Ripley and Mia Yim. Mia Yim wins once again. It is interesting because Rhea won the match at SummerSlam, but Mia Yim has won almost all the other matches. I still want to know where the hell Scott Steiner. If we could get Scott Steiner, I might push Chad Gable out of the way, and we get a Kurt Angle Scott Steiner rivalry. Because my plan was to trade Chad Gable and something else to get Scott Steiner, and then he disappeared from the ECW roster, and it really irked me. We'll see what happens there, though. This is a decent matchup here. It's Bubba. I don't think this is for the title. I keep freaking thinking it in my mind, and then I just go off talking about something else. Wesley, kinda in a weird spot on our roster, but we traded RVD to get Ricky Steamboat. So there's a great chance. Now, while you're wondering why I brought RVD up, is because when I was talking about our tag division, elevating our tag division, one of the top tag teams I was talking about was RVD and Wesley. I thought they're just so similar and would make for a good tag team. Now that RVD's not there, and Wesley is injured for 7 weeks. Now it'll be 6 weeks. That is a long time and will take a while to recover from. If case we need, and so it's kind of a 3 strike. It's not. He did not do anything wrong, but it's kind of like a 3 strikes and you're out situation. Thank you, EO. You finally defeated Tamina. But with Wesley, you can't team with RVD anymore. He's injured for a long time, and he's feuded with the only giant on our roster. So I don't know much of what he can do. So I think that we're going to release him to save money. I enjoyed his rivalry with Dijak. I wish that he could have teamed with RVD. But that is what it is. As we're only 20,000 away from NXT. So we put on a great episode. We're only 20,000 away from NXT. I think last time around we were about 50,000. I forgot about this stuff. This stuff never helps us. So I'm not going to be that salty about it. I think I shortened one of his contracts. So Dijak is okay with the title match. You got 2 title matches, and you're about to be in the tag team title scene. Dijak should be extremely happy with us. I'm just going to have... See, she's at a non-stamina. So she definitely is going to get at least a week off. I think I'll give her the 2 weeks off. I just need to see which one. All right. So Rhea will probably use a health spa with and have her cut a promo in one of these weeks. So now, going back here. Just to go ahead and save... We'll wait. Look, I already went over that whole tangent about Wesley. So to save the money, I appreciate you, Wesley. We're going to release you from your contract. So now, going over here. We're looking for a tag partner for Dijak. If something else pops up, that is great. So, we always do renowned stars. Well, let's do icons and then legends. I think what we're actually going to do, we're going to do an established star look, a renowned star look, and an icon. So, starting here, established stars. Elton Prince, Dirty Dom, Axiom, and Brooks Jensen. Dominic, I don't really know how they would fit as a team. So now, over here, renowned stars. Time out. Yeah, I was about to say. Renowned stars. Karrion Kross, The Rock, Uncle Howdy. How The Rock, let alone 2001 era Rock, is a level 11 and is significantly cheaper than Karrion Kross, I don't really get. Karrion Kross definitely makes sense to team with Dijak. I don't really have anything for The Rock that pops out of my mind. So we're going to do this one last look. Icons. Finn, Kevin Owens, Jimmy Uso. There's got to be somebody else. Finn, Kevin Owens, Jimmy Uso. Somebody else get. Nope. Unless I'm missing somebody. Why the hell is The Rock that low ranked? Who would be a good tag partner for Dijak? I really want to sign Kevin Owens. Granted, I don't know. This also, when I was talking about that last episode, I wanted to sign Terry Funk because Becky Lynch popped up, Terry Funk popped up. And I was like, I don't have anything for Terry Funk. Now, if I would have signed Terry Funk, him and Kevin Owens could have had a great rivalry. But now, kind of is thrown out of the window. What to do, what to do. I'm thinking. It's not good to think and then just be in complete silence. Because Karrion Kross is kind of the logical choice, but I feel that is probably the one the fans would want the least. Kevin Owens, I want to sign, but again, like I keep saying, I don't know what he would do because we don't have everybody is lined up in a rivalry right now, and The Rock is The Rock. Axiom, I'd also love to. Hold on. We could sign Finn and Dominic. Well, we're spending a lot of money with this thought process I'm about to go through. Sign Finn and Dominic, the Judgment Day, then have Axiom feud with Dijak. Problem with that is a lot of money. So if we can't sign Axiom, not the biggest deal, but I think that is a great solution. Granted, it's wasting a lot of... Alright, I think I'm alright with that. So, we're going to sign Finn. We're going to sign Dominic. It's funny that Liv Morgan just left our roster. And now can't even be with her faction. And then... do we go with... Look, this not signing The Rock is going to bother me. But like I said time and time again, we don't have anything for him to do. So... I know something. We're going to sign Axiom. We're not going to have any money for this week. We're going to still do it. We're still doing it. How much is a tag team, or how much is a tornado tag match? That way I at least get that match done, because I saw that this was a challenge. Yeah, alright. What I was going to do, and I realistically speaking shouldn't have just signed Axiom, but I wanted something for Dijak to do, and realistically speaking, we could have Dijak and The Rock. That doesn't sound crazy, but granted, it's The Rock. I keep saying The Rock over and over again. Regardless, I was going to sign The Rock to like a cheap contract and then do this. That way, his contract is added by 3 weeks. So, that will leave us with no money for this week. Granted, we're going to do it. Screw it. No stip matches this week. No charity promos that don't help us at all this week. The Rock will be here for at least 5 weeks. Potentially could find something for him to do in that time period. Realistically speaking, we don't even have enough money for Kevin. Can we do this with Kevin Owens? Could we do this with Kevin Owens? Could we do this with Kevin Owens? This is now. I shouldn't have thought this much out of the freaking box. We're just gonna save the money. Actually, no. We're gonna sign because we're using this contract extension thing for 3 weeks that is on everybody that has a contract. You should sign as many people as you can. Now I'm going to be going back and forth between The Rock, Kevin Owens, The Rock, Kevin Owens. It's The Rock. Love Kevin Owens. It's The Rock. I should have told y'all to have a counter of how many times I say it's The Rock. Now the issue is we ain't got no money for this week's episode. It's not the worst thing, but we're doing all. Oh my goodness! We can't turn LA Knight yet, which is a. We don't realistically have to, but it would have made a lot of sense. So, add promo, our newest sign in The Rock. Boom. So go ahead and use these power cards as well. So, there's that. So one. Boom. Health spa. We are going to give. We'll wait for the health spa. Am I missing one? No, we're going to use this on LA Knight. So LA Knight, yeah. Is he back? Yeah. And then we're going to use. Do we use a health spa on Rhea or someone who's got the lowest stamina here? Kurt. We'll give Kurt a golden health spot. Actually, Rhea does. And Michin's already taken the time off. So we'll give Kurt the week off. We'll send Rhea to the health spot and have Rhea do a call-out promo next week. So, boom. There's that. Now, back over here. Call-out promos are only 3,000, which is good. Now, role change sucks. Timeout. We might be cooking here. We might be literally freaking cooking. Karen Compactor. Karen Compactor. We've never used you. You were free. So this is actually a free $5,500 because we never even paid to sign her. More than likely, was never really going to use her. So with doing that, we can have this role change for LA Knight. So this LA Knight Robert Roode rivalry can start up. Now, how much are all these other promos? We never do self promos. So we're going to do another ad promo this time around with our world champion, Kurt Angle. So now we need to put on the best show that we can without having to spend money with stipulations. Granted, NXT and ECW never do stipulation matches. And we do, and you see the dang situation that we're in. So, our main event, U.S. title rematch, makes sense. Seth Rollins, Ricky Steamboat. Boom. That makes sense for our main event. Now, over here, we're going to have the women that were in our tag team match. Candice, or in our Fatal 4-Way last week, Candice and Becky will team up to face Tiffany Stratton and Von Holla. Do we go balls to the wall and make it for the women's tag title? We're going to do a women's tag team title match. Granted, they may not ever be defended again, but because my finger slipped and it appeared and it looks interesting, we're going to do it. Women's tag team title match. Boom. Over here, we're going to have a men's tag team match. Not for the titles yet, but our newest signings, or the new Catch Republic, who I never refer to him as that. The fact that I just did there is actually kind of nuts. Versus Finn and Dominic Mysterio. I probably would have never signed JD Madonna, by the way. So, lastly, we're going to have Dijak and Axiom start their rivalry. The issue here is I already know this is going to be a low-rated match. It sucks. It will build up, obviously, but This is the most that we can do with our money. So, I actually don't have a problem with this card. There's only one match that I would say I have an issue with. We have a lot of people on our roster. I have no clue what the hell we'll do with The Rock. And like I keep saying over and over again, it's The Rock. Granted, again, it's 01 Rock. This Rock should be at the top of everything. The fact that he's a level 11, right next, squeezed in between Dominic Mysterio and Valhalla, is nuts on WWE 2K24, 2K's part. So, there is that. There's not much else that we can do. I'm going to hope so. We got a perfect pacing. We need to do this one more time. We can get this one done very quickly. We don't have a call-up promo this week. That's not that bad. That's not that big of a deal. So, it is what it is. LeRae and Becky versus Stratton and Valhalla. As Candice is now a double champion. Like I said, we may never use those titles again. I don't think that's the worst. Okay, scenario. The Rock brought in some money. He's The Rock, so he should. Dijak versus Axiom. I always feel once I see... Okay, that did better than I expected. Every time I see Axiom pop up on one of these, he like just pops out like, I immediately want to sign. Kurt Angle doubling The Rock's money. Bate and Dunn versus the Judgment Day. As I'm writing it down. As our new tag team, new signings, win the match. Again, it is a bit hilarious that we freed up money via Liv Morgan. We're leaving. We didn't fire. She left. Seth Rollins gets his rematch for the U.S. title and gets his U.S. title back. So, there's our U.S. title picture scene. Gunther versus Kombucha. I think that is how you say it. I'm not really interested in this card, if you want me to be honest. Gunther already had his match. I'm not really interested in the rest of this card. So, seeing what NXT does. AJ is North American champion. Sheamus, who I always see at the trading session, and then never obviously trade for him. Trick Williams, an OG WCW member. Already 30 freaking minutes in. George Steele dominates NXT, which is a crazy sentence to say. AJ Styles, double champion as well. Not anymore, because he lost the North American title to Shane McMahon. Which, speaking of Shane McMahon and championships, Kurt Angle has been WCW World Champion like the whole time except for like a month period when Shane won. As I thought this was a tag match, it was just a four-way, and Sensational Sherry, like George Steele, just completely dominates. As we have the lowest rated main event, which sucks. NXT dominated us. That kind of screwed us a little bit. Okay, I didn't even look at the fans. All right, 50,000 down, about 100,000 above ECW, but we're almost to this freaking Hall of Fame challenge, Hall of Fame trophy done. So, Fastlane. It feels good to be the best. Wouldn't you agree? I feel like WCW is the best brand around, and me, I'm the best superstar around. I want us to be on the same page. Do you appreciate all that I've done? See, this is what happens. And then they want you to freak. I appreciate what you bring to the brand. You're one of the top stars. I want to give you a $50,000 bonus. I appreciate you. I do, but despite your popularity, I can't show it. I'm picking this. If he gets mad, it is what it is. You just won the U.S. title. I just can't be giving money around. Major decrease. It is what it is. Hey, boss, you have had me on the bench for a while. You literally just started last week, Rock. It's The Rock. We'll give him a match. Against who? We shall see. You know what? Alright. He wants a steel cage match. The Rock wants a match. Where's Chad Gable? Chad Gable is going to face The Rock. And Kurt Angle is going to be the special ref. And then we'll have Kurt do a health spa next week. For some reason, as well, being a special ref takes stamina down, which I don't think logically makes sense, but it is what it is. So, we're going to have this happen. Boom. So The Rock gets his match. We're going to have Dijak and Axiom be in a cage. Or is there anything else that makes sense to be in a cage? Tiffany. I think Tiffany and Candice in a cage makes sense. So we'll actually do that. Boom. Now, we need to have a very good main event. Rollins, Steamboat. We'll save the Iron Man match for the pay-per-view. We'll do a last man stand-in tonight. And then Dijak and Axiom. We'll do Extreme Rules. We're going to have LA Knight call out Bobby Roode. We're going to have Rhea Ripley. We'll have Rhea call out Michin next week. And then their rivalry can conclude at the pay-per-view. The other women could be in a tag team title match at the pay-per-view if they're all healthy. So, over here, we need Becky. We're going to have Becky cut a charity promo while we have the money. And I don't know how much a tag team call-out promo costs, because we very rarely have done. All right, 3,000 not that bad, so that makes sense there. Is there anything? See, now that we have all of this, which granted, the only one that's a big deal is The Rock. Oh no. All right. Yeah. Submission match. We're not doing freaking submission matches. I want to get the submission match one done. We could do one next week, maybe. Look, we got 10 weeks. If we don't get 3 matches done in 10 weeks, that's on us. But I also don't think we had an injury last week on last week's episode. We got a call-out promo. This should be a great episode. This, we'll have to wait and see because we don't have many power cards left. But at some point, we'll have to use this for Seth. This can be used at any point. The no-holds-barred match, we can do at any point. The only real issue that I have with that is that it has somebody injured automatically, which we might wait at the pay-per-view and do Dijak and Axiom in a no-holds-barred match. So, at some point, we need to upgrade one of these as well, but we obviously at the moment don't have the money for it. This is a very quick episode to put together. But here we go. It's a crazy episode, too. This don't have us beating NXT. I don't know what will. So, Candice LeRae versus Tiffany Stratton in a steel cage match. As Candice retains. The rivalry completed. But the tag team title rivalry can continue. Women's title. Steel cage. It does suck that rivalry was a speed run. But it is what it is. Chad Gable versus The Rock with Kurt Angle as the ref.
1, 2, ring it.
The Rock wins. Surprise. The Rock, 2 stars. Extreme Rules. Dijak wins. So indeed, I don't know what we'll do for this next episode, and then the episode after that will be Fastlane Super Brawl. Never freaking get fans from those. Even at pay-per-views. As now we have a new U.S. champion once again. Ricky Steamboat. And Seth is probably not going to be happy about that. And I don't even remember if I put a stipulation on that or not. Harley Race. Shout out to Harley Race. I'm trying to write down stuff in advance. I probably should have just skipped all this, but we're already close to the end. See, freaking Stacy's bringing 6,000 fans over there. If JD freaking McDonough brings in more fans than Becky Lynch, I will start questioning things. I will 100% say that. Y'all watching George Steele and Trick Williams in an Iron Man match better than freaking Chad Gable and Kurt Angle? Better than Chad Gable and The Rock? Okay, thank you. It's less than what Becky brought in. George Steele, the draw. Better draw than Kurt Angle. Alright, we had Steamboat and Rollins in a last man standing. So, logically speaking, the first match was a triple threat. I think we're going to hold them off competing on this week, save them for the pay-per-view in an Iron Man match. I think is what makes the most sense to me. As again, I never look at the freaking fans in advance. I always look at it here. We're about 50,000 off. We're a good distance from ECW, which is good. So, right here, Montreal, Canada. Kurt, you would definitely be facing Kurt Angle at some point. Oh, he's going to ask for money. This is going to be the first time, and I think the only time I'm going to do this, because it's going to be the first and only time I do this. If he does this crap again, he's come on. Do not put Kurt Angle in a match. I don't think I planned on it, but I don't remember because I keep freaking. I can't remember stuff in advance, and that Seth stuff. Oh my goodness. Kurt, call out Chad Gable, correct? We're actually gonna have LA Knight and Bobby Roode compete. We don't freaking have a lot of money. The match I wanted to put him in was a freaking backstage brawl, but freaking can't do that probably. Nope. We'll just have an Extreme Rules match for them. We need to really think this out. Seth screwed us money-wise. I'm gonna hope we have money for the freaking pay-per-view. If we don't, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. Who we need to use this for? We'll wait and come back for that. I was actually going to wait and do this stuff at the pay-per-view. That way I could have Dijak and Axiom in a no-holds-barred match. Granted, I didn't really want to do a no-holds-barred match. At some point we can, though. We're going to use this and then use the health spa on somebody in a minute. That way we got that challenge done. So, yep, that obviously. So, I screwed myself. So, if we wait till the pay-per-view, I should have just waited and used it. Seth has got me all pissed. I'm pissed because of Seth. Crap. Tag team title match in the main event. What stipulation? Can't be much. We'll just do a regular tag team title match. I think that is pretty neat when you say Becky and Valhalla. We're going to do Becky and Tiffany now in a normal match and have Valhalla interfere and then have the tag team title match at the pay-per-view. And then we should have this because Tiffany's freaking injury or freaking stamina is getting pretty low, so I'm a bit concerned with that. So that's why we're gonna have Valhalla interfere. We'll do a tables match. What the heck? Now, last match. The injuries are the main concern here. If you want me to be honest, injuries are the main concern here. We're gonna have Rhea face Candice in a women's title match and have Michin run in. Boom. Call out promo. Steamboat to Seth. Seth is probably going to... time out. And Chad... What is Kurt doing? Kurt's calling Chad Gable out. What is the health? We need... Chad calling out Kurt. I know that it's going to lower the rating, but stamina-wise, this makes the most sense. So, add promo from The Rock. Because I was wondering why the money didn't go down until I pushed the start button. But I knew we didn't even have money for the freaking charity promo. So, logically speaking... At the pay-per-view, okay, cannot be used before a PLE or week 25. So we need to use this. I would think we need to use this. I don't know for who. That'll be a wait and see. I would prefer to have Dijak and Axiom in a no-holds-barred match just to use this. And we might even have to use that health. We're actually going to gain some power cores in a second, so we might have some additional ones to our repertoire. Seth really has me pissed, though. He really screwed up my whole thought process. So this is still a decent episode. LA Knight, Bobby Roode, tag partners collide for the first time in an Extreme Rules match as Robert Roode wins. I want to consider. I have a lot of things that like I say over and over again, and then I wonder like how many times I say it. I'm trying to wonder how many times I change up between saying Robert Roode and Bobby Roode. As Becky faced Tiffany. Tiffany gets the win. And then I imagine Becky will message saying that she wants a match with Valhalla. That is fine and dandy, but at the pay-per-view, it will be a tag team title match. Rhea Ripley versus Candice. Candice wins. That was a normal match as well. As our tag title. This might come back to bite us putting this in the main event. As we have new tag champions. It did well. It did well. I can't complain that much. Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne. They needed me to have the fixed match to finally win a match, by the way. I ain't really complaining, but it is what it is. Nikki Cross is injured for 4 weeks. As much as I love Gunther, he has faced Kombucha for 2 straight months. I don't think I could watch that for 2 straight months. I don't even know. He should be facing Wade Barrett. I know that Styles and the heel face ratio is probably all over the place, but and Kombucha I don't think has won at all. He shouldn't, obviously, but NXT, our great big rival. As George Steele has been alternating rivals. He faced Trick Williams, now he's facing the Sandman. I hear something freaking falling. Who is this that is about to go? Joe Wheeler. Joel. Joe. Sherry on top. Sherry and Steele. Forever. They've won every freaking match. Hold the titles for ransom. I don't even know if Sherry's still the women's top champion or not. George still won. Big surprise. Poor finale. Y'all gotta be kidding me. 3-star. Come on. 3419. Oh, Jesus. We're about to put on a great pay-per-view. We're about to put on a great freaking pay-per-view. 3-4. We're about to put on a great pay-per-view. Fastlane. Yeah, Triple H, you would want NXT to do better than WCW because you was in WCW and you sucked there. There, I said it. I'm giving you a homecoming. I apologize, Triple H. I didn't read that far. I have no clue what a homecoming power cord does. Contracted permanent. I don't know who to do this for. I would have said Seth, but after that freaking stun he pulled, I don't know. You will have an appearance tonight. Okay. This is a pay-per-view. Balor, you just got here. Steamboat, you got here a little bit before. I think that Seth and Steamboat should be the main event. There's no logical way that I can put them both in the main event. Finn should not get that upset about it considering he just won a title. But Steamboat and Seth, I'm willing to put in the main event. Steamboat is right, Balor. And I'll be putting him in the next main event. You'll get your turn. Small decrease, that's fine. All right. Ensure that Tiffany... I thought that said didn't. I would have been... Timeout! I thought we just got one of these done. Or I just make that up. Okay, I guess I just made that up. All right. Dun. Seth and Steamboat in an Iron Man match. There's our main event. Kurt Angle, Chad Gable should very much be the last time. We also realistically could do Kurt Angle and The Rock after this. I just now thought of that. Granted, I might not want to pay The Rock, but we will see. Steel cage match. What is the one? It is what it is. All right. Michin and Rhea Ripley. I think we'll just do an Extreme Rules match for the PLE bonus that I still don't know what the bonus does exactly. We're actually going to change the... I know that this, in the grand scheme of things, this doesn't matter. But I don't really want to put tag team matches back to back. So, I just said this. Boom. We, of course, will need to look through all this once again. Okay. So we got 2 Extreme Rules matches, a Tornado tag match. Thinking about this. The thing is with this, is I want to get this done now. We don't have anybody injured. I don't know who to use this for. We don't have a no-holds-barred match this week, which granted... Yeah, no-holds-barred match costs a lot. Ooh. No, we're on the wrong one, and that just means it's going to cost a lot. 20,000. This doesn't have to be a tornado tag. It can be an Extreme Rules. And then we still have to change this. I very much want this to be a steel cage match. I very much want this to be a steel cage match. So I'm going to try to do some stupid stuff. We'll have that. Boom. So 6,000. Okay. Back over here. We don't have anybody. Dijak. Do we have Dijak book? No. So Dijak could take the week off. We could do the Veto Star. And then we could do this. For who this will be selected for, hold on. Select a contracted superstar in your brand to become a permanent superstar. Only usable on unbooked. Okay, so we can't use that this week unless we take somebody off. Where can we save $20,000? Realistically speaking, as much as I want fans, these charity promos never freaking help. So now we got to save $9,000. I want this to be an Iron Man match. I want this to be a steel cage match. Is there... This makes a lot of sense being in a steel cage. But to save money, we're actually going to do a Hell in the Cell. Screw that. Okay, so that saved us the money. So now, back over here. No holds barred match. Boom. Health spa for Dijak. Boom. And Veto Star. Boom. All right. So now that is done. This is going to be potentially done. We got a call-out promo on this show. We actually got two. I know that don't help us now, but next episode that'll be done. And we'll have another Hall of Fame trophy. The even better thing is that if we complete this and this, we still get those power cards. You know, that doesn't stop. This will be a wait and see. That one's not guaranteed. So we're right there. We are right there. So now I got to write all this down. I gotta hope that a lot of injuries do not come from this show. So Kurt Angle versus Chad Gable. WCW title. Hell in the Cell. And like I said, there's a possibility we do Kurt Angle and The Rock after this as our next rivalry, because a lot of rivalries are concluding here. Bate and Dunn versus the Judgment Day in a WCW tag title Extreme Rules. Again, I've said this time and time again, I don't know necessarily what it being a PLE bonus does. I still don't know what that means, but it's a fitting match. Rhea Ripley, Michin, no holds barred. Women's tag titles, which I did not lie. I said there's a great chance that they never get defended again, and they're being defended. So Candice and Becky versus Stratton and Valhalla in another women's tag title Extreme Rules match. I had to erase something. Valhalla. At some point, I'll remember how to spell this without having to look up. And we have Seth Rollins in an Iron Man match in the main event, and hopefully the fans don't count the whole time and ruin the match. But Steamboat and Rollins, I believe in one-on-one matches, they are 1-1, not including that triple threat with Dijak, but a U.S. title Iron Man match. So I got a lot of screenshots for the thumbnail because I have no clue what will be in the thumbnail or title yet. It might have something to do with The Rock, to be fair. So I'll take a screenshot of that. Is there anything else that we need to look at? The Rock is appearing. Chad Gable's getting this grudge match. The Rock's about to leave. I think, to be honest, because I can't use that card on him yet. Because that card can only be used on an unbooked star. If I don't have him on the show in Miami, he would be upset. So The Rock might get that card used. This might be the last of The Rock here. It is what it is. Anything else of note? Axiom's got some time left. So this next month, contract-wise, we're good. Once we get to Mania month, though, Starrcade month, we are in a bit of a tricky because that money's going to be lining up. Anything else of note? We'll see. I'm all right with where we're at. Fan-wise, we're very close to that 4 million part. Thing is, NXT is probably going to beat us there, sadly. So, let's get this show done. What do we get for this, by the way? That's not really going to help us, but she's already in the match. So, boom. Fastlane. Super. I'm calling this Super Brawl. This is Super Brawl to me. Kurt Angle. Chad Gable. For the last time, Kurt Angle wins. Almost 5 stars. There's also a chance that we trade Chad Gable. LA Knight and Robert Roode continue their rivalry. Can the new Catch Republic defeat the Judgment Day? They cannot. As they're still the tag champions. Axiom calls out Dijak, who is not here tonight. Did he do that on purpose? As we are guaranteed an injury here, and Rhea Ripley wins at Premium Live Events. 5-star match. I'm all right with it. I know it's in our middle match, but the fact that they want to like discredit, like we just had 3 great matches. We're about to have 2 more, so 5 great matches. The order of it, I don't think it should matter. See, boom. The Rock, he got to appear, plug some merch, brought in some money. Steamboat, Rollins, and Rollins wins again. So now I'm trying to think. What do we do? Because Kurt needs a rival and Seth needs a rival. Steamboat is on the trade block. I don't really want to trade Steamboat, but at this point, I honestly also don't know what really. The Rock, I don't also want to bring back because he's going to cost a lot of money. So we got some decisions to make. Steamboat for Sammy would be a great trade. A good trade. Then again, like I said, we need something for Kurt. Bro, Kurt and Gunther, low key. I know Gunther gonna cost a lot. I don't know if we can get Gunther, but Kurt and Gunther, oh my. I think that's gonna be the goal. Look at this crap. They with their freaking charity promos. We can bring AJ back. Try to bring AJ back. I think we're going to go for Gunther. I need to look at what Gunther can change his style to before we trade for Gunther. We'll have to wait another 2 weeks for George Steele. Steals the show. Main event, I almost said Chad Gable. Damon Kemp and Sheamus. Bro, 5 stars my ass. I will say it. 5 stars my ass. I'm pretty upset about that one. Amazing booking. I'm very proud of myself for this. 3583. 3583. 36 Jesus. We're still ways away. I also don't know how that card was supposed to help us. All right. Hey, we're using this at some point. We are using this at some point. Get ready, Regal. Okay. Dun. All right. Steamboat, I appreciate you. Steamboat and Angle would be decent. Steamboat and Angle might be like a plan C. Steamboat and Balor would be decent. If we could find a tag partner for Steamboat, it's just we need to these Balor, Pete, Dominic, Bate to finish theirs. Why I said it in that order, I don't know yet. So here's Steamboat. Gunther. Oh my goodness, come on, Gunther. We definitely cannot change Kurt to a freaking cruiser. He goes to a fighter. Gunther would... What level is Gunther at? He's not that far from level 50. We'll wait. We will wait for Gunther. As much as I would appreciate Gunther on the roster. Sammy can be a fighter. I said he could feud with Seth. Then it would have made sense to sign Kevin Owens, as it always comes back to bite me in the butt. AJ, or I didn't switch brands yet. Hey, where's AJ? Here is AJ. 165. Where's Gable? How much is Gable? Gable is probably low. I think what we're going to try to do is trade Steamboat for Sammy, and Sammy will feud with Seth. And then, because Steamboat and Sammy don't match up money-wise, what money we get back from that will add to AJ, and he can feud with Kurt. I think that is the plan. And trade Gable for that. All right. So, Steamboat, I appreciate you. You had a great rivalry with Seth. I think more than likely you will also be in the thumbnail of this video. Wade Barrett is also intriguing, but I don't really got anything for him. So, you always try to highball first. Because I know money-wise that doesn't add up, but we'd be getting a lot more money back. So, Steamboat. Okay. Okay, Foley. Extremely hot. Okay, we're not even going to be able to do this at all. I don't even really want to do a deal with Regal, if you want me to be honest with you. Look at Seth. Let's think this through. I think we're going to do Angle and Steamboat. We need something for Seth then. Because Seth and Gable doesn't sound that intriguing to me. We could intrude Seth into this Rude and LA Knight thing. The Rock is probably also not coming back, to be fair. So thinking this through. Because I'm trying to save money. That is the issue problem here, obviously. We're going to propose this rate. I know it's going to get declined, but at this rate, I don't really care. We'll see. We'll work on it in post. Okay. We'll see what they offer. Yeah, you're not getting Rhea Ripley at all, especially how you just asked about that trade. All right, Rhea Ripley for... Yeah, get out of my face. All right, boom. Y'all want to say I'm bad at trade. Like, I'm not saying y'all in general, but them. All right. That is not that bad. We're actually going to do it, and we'll try to figure something out there. We'll see what happens. We're probably going to do Rock and Kurt. I don't even remember what match. Is she talking about the tag team title match? Valhalla. When did Valhalla face Candice? She didn't. I guess she's talking about the tag title match. We can do that match at some point. All right. All of your giants get that. We don't have any giants. Extreme matches are free, but participating superstars lose. If a superstar wins a fatal four-way, the loser of the match gains 6 popularity. None of these sound that they help, but I'll choose this one. We're right there. Oh my, that looks so cool. We're right there. We only need to do a freaking call-out promo, and then we don't have to freaking rush and do all these submission matches. So, wrapping things up. Steamboat and Kurt. If we can find a tag, look, we don't have any money to sign. Ooh. Kurt and Gable could start teaming at some point. When? I don't know. Gable's kind of in a weird spot here. The Rock also, we spent a lot of money for the guy that is our lowest level person. Granted, he's only had one match. We got a lot of good things to work with here. So, I don't know when y'all see me again with my GM mode. It'll happen at some point, obviously, because I love doing this. We're in a good spot right now. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you like it enough to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one, because I am out for now. Bye-bye. Stay safe.